A pleasant Saturday, my beautiful people. It's a beautiful day. It's January 4th, 2025. And it's another day that the Lord has afforded us. Just let us rejoice and be glad in it. This is your girl Bronx Nurse. I'm sitting in my car in the parking lot. It's another day for work. How are you doing? How did you start 2025? What are the goals you set for 2025? Have you started working on it yet? If you haven't, what are you waiting for? Remember, I tell you, we got a clean slate for 2025 and we're going to fill it with all positivity because that's what we're going to do. But this morning, guys, guess what? I want to talk to you a little bit about parenting and why sometimes as parents we fail our children. Man, I have 2 boys. And as a mother, I remember carrying them in my stomach for 9 months. There's no feeling like that. A father can't have that feeling. Only a mother has that feeling. So how can a mother fail her child? How can a mother fail her children? Mothers, I'm talking to you this morning. If a child comes to you and say, Mom, my dad is being shady around me. My dad is touching me inappropriately. My dad is making sexual advances at me. Why wouldn't you believe that child? Why? How can a woman's tender care cease towards the child she bears? Guys, social media is a beautiful place, but sometimes we get carried away with this so-called fame of social media and turn a blind eye to important things that are happening in our lives. A mother should always be there for their children or their child if they only have one. I don't have a daughter, I have 2 sons. What do you think? My child or my children could come to me and say, Mom, Dad is doing this to me or stepdad is doing this to me, and I don't believe my child? What reason wouldn't I have to believe my child? Sometimes the scars of childhood blighted the future of our children because they are mentally scarred. Did you hear what I say? Many children are mentally scarred. But do you know today, many parents lay down on hospital beds and they have children. And no one visits them. No one ever comes to them and say, Mom, would you like me to go outside and get you this? Would you like me to do this for you? And sometimes we ask, why? But I can see why sometimes it happens. Because as parents, we fail our children. As parents, when we're supposed to be there and listening, lending a listening ear to our children, we turn a blind eyes. And we are all up in our partner's face. And we are all up in our husband's face, or we're all up in our boyfriend's face. And we neglect what the child is trying to say. If you find yourself in that position, stop. Stop. It's going to come back to haunt you. It's going to come back to haunt you. Everybody has problems. There's not one household that runs smooth 365 days of the year. No, it doesn't happen. But one thing I know, if my children ever comes to me, God forbids, and say, Mom, so-and-so is sexually inappropriate with me, I'm going to believe my child, and I'm going to take it to the length of the journey to get justice for my child or my children. Stop failing your kids. It's going to come back to haunt you. When all this beauty has faded and all this glamour of social media is gone, you're going to start crying. Because you didn't do the right thing. Stop it. If a man wants to sleep with your daughter and sleep with you, the mom, at the same time, that man is sick. That man is sick. I couldn't make love to him again. You can't run a person's life, but you can give advice without trying to carry anyone down, because the aim is never to bring anyone down, but rather to help them up. Strengthen them when they are weak. But in the same breath, you have to use wisdom. How is that child going to feel? Do you wonder why some kids are depressed? Do you wonder why some kids are depressed? That's because they have things bottled up inside of them. Because they know if I go to mommy to tell mommy anything, mommy's not going to believe me. Mommy's going to lend a deaf ear to my cry. Come on, mothers. Come on. You can do better than that. I will never tell anyone to break up their marriage. But one thing I'll say, your children are worth more than your marriage. What did I say? Your children are worth more than your marriage. Take it from me. When you lay in that bed and you need someone to wipe your butt, or you need someone to give you a glass of water, your children will be there. More time the man will be gone, because you're of no more use to them. Because your legs can't fly high anymore. You can't do back shots anymore. You can't do scissors lap anymore. Do you know what I'm talking about? I just want us as mothers, especially, to be wise in our decision making. Be wise in your decision making. I'll cut off anyone for my children. Anyone I'll cut off for my children. I don't play. So I want us to wake up and stop it. Don't get carried away by the glamour of social media. Because a lot of what we put out there don't go half the way it is. Can you imagine if a child comes to you and say, my dad or my stepdad was sexually inappropriate with me, and you don't believe that child, and that's really the way it goes? Can you imagine how that child feels? Can you imagine how that child feels? Oh my God. That child must be dying inside. A lot of time we mess up our children and we're not aware of it. Stop it. Stop it. Don't put sex over your children. Don't put money over your children. Don't look fame over your children. And use your children as scapegoats. Stop it. If you know you're doing it, it's time to wake up and stop. Children are our future. I'm just saying, and I'm speaking to us as parents, especially mothers. Mothers, pay close attention to your children. Listen to your children. If they tell you something, believe them until otherwise proven wrong. Alright, I'm going to get ready to go inside. But you guys have a wonderful day. This is your girl Bronx Nurse. I want you guys to have a wonderful day. Remember, this is 2025. And 2025 is your year to take control of your life. Your girl Bronx Nurse loves you. Love you with the love of the Lord. Remember, subscribe to my YouTube page. It's LL1 Woman Band. A lot of you have watched, but you haven't pressed the subscription button. Go ahead, press the subscription button. You won't regret it. Have a wonderful day. God bless you. Bye-bye. See you later. Bye-bye.